Your iPhone might be getting smarter every year, but somehow charging still feels stuck. And here's the frustrating part. Apple keeps adding brighter displays, stronger chips, better cameras, and somehow your battery still disappears halfway through the day. Then you finally plug in your phone, and now you're dealing with slow charging speeds, weak magnets, overheating issues, or a nightstand that looks like a cable explosion. And if you own an iPhone, AirPods, and an Apple Watch, it gets even worse. So we found some of the most talked about MagSafe chargers for the iPhone 17 and iPhone 16 lineup to find out which ones are actually worth your money and which ones just look good in product photos. Some of these were surprisingly good. One completely solved cable clutter, one is perfect for travelers, and one charger near the top of this list honestly feels like it should cost way more than it does. But not all of them are worth buying. One had a feature that sounded amazing until real-world testing exposed the downside. Let's break it all down. Because nobody wants to spend premium money on a charger that barely feels premium. And trust me, my number one pick is probably not the charger you're expecting. Starting at number 6, the Ouotoo 2026 3-in-1 charging station is for people who are completely done with cable chaos. You know the setup. One cable for your iPhone, another for your Apple Watch, another for AirPods, and somehow your desk still looks like a tech repair shop. This charger fixes that instantly. It charges your iPhone, Apple Watch, and AirPods all in one compact station, and that alone makes it appealing if you're deep into the Apple ecosystem. The design feels far more premium than expected at this price point. The electroplated finish gives it a sleek, modern look, and it doesn't scream cheap Amazon charger. It actually looks good on a desk. The rotating mount was surprisingly useful too. I thought it was a gimmick at first, until I started using standby mode and FaceTime calls while working. That flexibility matters more than people think. Charging speed tops out at 15 watts, which is solid for most users. Now here's the catch. If you're obsessed with raw charging speed, something like the ESR Cryo Boost may charge slightly faster thanks to active cooling. But that fan creates noise, and not everyone wants a tiny fan humming beside their bed at night. Ouotoo avoids that problem with quieter thermal management. That makes this perfect for students, office workers, and anyone trying to create a cleaner workspace without overspending. At number 5 is the TNDAJI MagSafe Charger 2-pack. This is one of those products where the value instantly grabs your attention. Because let's be honest, why spend premium Apple pricing on one charger when you can get two? And these aren't low-quality throwaways either. The biggest feature here is the dual connector setup. You get both USB-C and USB-A compatibility built into the same cable. That sounds small until you travel somewhere and realize your hotel only has older USB ports available. That flexibility saved me multiple times. Charging performance was surprisingly strong too. We got an iPhone 17 to roughly 50% in around 40 minutes. Not bad at all. The magnetic connection feels secure enough for casual phone use while charging, and the cooling vents help keep temperatures under control. But here's where things get interesting. It doesn't match Apple's newest 25-watt charging speeds. So if speed is your number one priority, this may not be your winner. But if you need one charger at home and one at work, this becomes a ridiculously practical buy. At number 4 is the GEEKERA 3-in-1 Qi 2 charging station. And frequent travelers need to pay attention here. Most 3-in-1 chargers are annoying to travel with. They're bulky, awkward, and they take up unnecessary luggage space. This one folds completely flat. That alone makes it stand out. You can throw it inside a backpack, laptop sleeve, or carry-on without thinking twice. And unlike many compact chargers, this one doesn't sacrifice performance. It's Qi 2 certified, which means better alignment and reliable 15-watt charging speeds. The adjustable viewing angle is great for hotel rooms, airport lounges, or office desks. You can keep your phone upright for notifications or flip it horizontally for standby mode. The included charging adapter was also a nice bonus because many brands still make you buy that separately. Now, here's the downside. If this mostly stays on your nightstand and never travels anywhere, you may be paying extra for portability you don't actually need. But if you travel often, this one makes a ton of sense. At number 3 is the UMEIJA 15-watt magnetic wireless charger. This is basically Apple's classic MagSafe puck, but smarter and cheaper. It keeps the compact design people already love while fixing several annoying issues. First, heat management. A lot of slim chargers get surprisingly hot during longer charging sessions. This one stayed noticeably cooler. That matters because excessive heat slowly damages battery health over time. The dual USB-A and USB-C support returns here too, which makes this far more versatile than Apple's standard charger. And the magnetic grip? Shockingly strong. I was scrolling social media while charging, and the puck stayed locked in place. That sounds minor until you use weaker chargers that constantly disconnect. Now the downside. No charging stand, no extra features, no Apple Watch charging. This is strictly for people who want a simple magnetic puck. But if that's what you want, this is one of the safest purchases here. At number 2 is the OANDYS 15-watt Fast MagSafe 2-pack. And this one solves a problem most people don't think about until it's too late. Short charging cables. You buy a charger, you bring it home, and suddenly realize your outlet is awkwardly placed behind furniture. Extremely annoying. OANDYS fixes that with long 5-foot cables, and trust me, that extra reach matters. The stronger magnets also make nighttime charging incredibly easy. You can practically snap your phone onto this thing in complete darkness. And since you're getting 2 chargers, this works incredibly well for families, couples, or people who want chargers in multiple rooms. Now here's the catch. If you heavily game, stream videos, or FaceTime while charging, it can warm up a bit. Not dangerously, but noticeable. Thankfully, the safety chip helps regulate power. For pure convenience and value, this one is hard to beat. Before we get to number 1, here's the reality. Most people do not need the most expensive MagSafe charger. That's exactly how brands trap buyers: fancy packaging, big promises, premium pricing. But after testing all of these, only a few actually delivered meaningful, real-world benefits. Some were built for travel, some were built for families, some were built for minimalist setups, and one stood above everything else by balancing design, performance, and daily usability better than anything else on this list. And that brings us to number 1, the VoiceTank Magnetic Wireless Charger Stand. This thing surprised me a lot. The N52 magnets are incredibly strong. Even larger phones like the iPhone 17 Pro Max stay firmly locked in place. No sliding, no weird wobbling, no constant repositioning. The aluminum build feels premium and sturdy. It genuinely looks like something Apple would sell for double the price. And the adjustable viewing angles make this perfect for desks, nightstands, and workspaces. You can watch videos, jump on FaceTime calls, or use standby mode while charging. The touch-controlled LED ring was one of my favorite features. Need total darkness while sleeping? Turn it off instantly. Simple. The thermal performance was also excellent. Even during longer charging sessions, temperatures stayed controlled. That means better long-term battery health. And that's why this takes the top spot. It simply does everything well. Best overall? VoiceTank. Best budget pick? TNDAJI. Best travel option? GEEKERA. Best family option? OANDYS. And best minimalist charger? UMEIJA. Check the links in the description for updated pricing and availability, because these deals change fast. And if you've already tested one of these chargers, drop your experience in the comments. And if your current charger takes forever and drives you insane, it might be time for an upgrade.